Listen, and look, this right here, when it says that point of view, I'm your wife's best friend. Her and Mal used to be best friends. He invited Mallory to his page or whatever.
I'm like, I'm gonna
That
join
baby.
in. I was in bed and I'm like, I'm gonna have to jump up there.
Trisha, you and Michael found this? Holy shit.
Listen, have we
Michael
heard proof of
found
life
it.
at all over there? Let's go.
No,
check
Michael
this.
found it and he sent me the video and we played it.
And I have no
Michael.
idea what's going on.
Well, we should probably fill you in.
Per usual, I'm getting blamed. Just an FYI for everyone. Not that you care, but
You shouldn't be blamed for something you didn't do. What did I do this time?
Well,
Mallory didn't do anything. She was just
yeah, you didn't do anything, but Queen will come back and show you. Did you know about Dylan's Instagram?
Yeah.
Really? Why didn't we talk about that?
Well, so it was back when we did the welfare check on Brittany and she ended up in the hospital. That night of the welfare check, Craig called me on Brittany's account and was freaking out, being like, you can't be sending police here, blah, 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 all this stuff. And I was like, well, it wasn't just me. It was a group of 6 of us who tried many things over many hours and no one responded. And at that point, we honestly thought they were all dead. Like, we were like, oh my gosh. And then, so I end up having a conversation with him after the fact about Brittany and, you know, just kind of everything. It was like over an hour long. And one of the things he said is, well, follow me on all of my social media. So that way, if something like this happens again, you can get a hold of me personally and I can tell you everything's okay. So you don't have to call the cops out here again.
Why are people so scared of the cops? Never in my life have I ever said to anybody, nor has my husband, don't send the cops here. I mean, don't waste resources. I mean, but
and she ended up in the hospital for 5 days. So,
okay, but can we talk about some of these accounts now?
Well, hold on. I still got a question about that sequence of events, though. So, you found out about it that night when he called from her account? I don't understand.
No, so this was, when was it? Tia probably I couldn't pull up the date in my head, but I had been
we just talked about this recently.
Oh yeah.
Was it May or October?
Oh, I'm not sure which one. I could find the dates for you.
2023.
And so I was Brittany's co-host for the last 8 months. I don't know if it was the full 8 months. I was there for 8 months. And it got to a point where literally we were talking all day, every day. She was always online. She was always watching the numbers. She was very much in like how she is now with YouTube, but like I was in behind the scenes so I could see different things. And then it was I want to say it was a Sunday night. She ended up ending the live early and telling us she wasn't feeling well. And so we were like, oh, okay, that's fine. Well, then Monday comes along and I'm like, oh, she's probably sleeping it off. Well, then she doesn't go live on Monday. And that was like the first red flags. We were like, what is going on? And at this point, I'm the closest one to her and I'm not getting answers to anything. And so we were like, oh, this is weird. Like, I don't know. So then we're like, she didn't go live. It was getting towards the end of the month. So you know how she is with that. And so we can't find her. The next day comes around, still nothing. She's not answering texts. She's not answering calls. She's nowhere on YouTube. And so we were like trying to figure it out. I had called a few different people to try and figure out like, hey, have you guys heard from her? Have you heard from her? Have you heard from her? And then it was a whole thing. And it ended with our group just calling in for a welfare check because at that point we're like, they're dead. Like this was not like her at all at the time. And it was very much like, we're afraid that she's deceased. Our main concern at that point was carbon monoxide, just because it was, I don't know, that was just obviously what came to my mind. But then that all happened. The police go there. And they don't let the police in, and we made sure that we wanted the police to see Brittany, so we said, please make sure that you see her, you put eyes on her, don't take someone else's word for it. And so Craig and his late father carried her out to like the front door, and kind of she just hobbled there, and then brought her back in bed, and they were like, she's alive, she's right there, she's just sick. And so we were like, thank you so much. And that's when that night is the night that Craig called me and was like, you guys can't be doing this, you can't blah blah blah. We're like, we had genuine concern, and we've been trying to get a hold of you and everyone else during this time. This was also the same day that I had gotten a hold of someone who had gotten a hold of her father. I did not talk to her father, but I had gotten a hold of someone who talked to her father, and that person also tried to get a hold of her. And I'll just throw in there that it is someone that should have been able to get a hold of her, if you catch my drift. And so her dad goes over there, knocks on the door. The boys come to like the little window next to the door, or the window on the door. I'm not exactly sure how her door is. And they say, yes, mom is sick. We can't let you in. But I also don't think that they didn't let him in necessarily because of anything other than like they've been told never to let anyone in without mom or dad knowing. But so yeah, that's the same day. So
Even grandpa?
It would have been yes. Yeah. And so I found out this story from the person that I had contacted when they contacted me back and said, I can't say the exact wordage, but I have all of this on messenger messages. And so this person was like, I sent my blank over there to go check, and he said that he talked to the boys through the glass and that they were sick, or that mommy's sick. So then it was after that night that I called, and Craig called on Brittany's account and was like, why'd you send the police? You can't do that. And I'm like, no one has heard from her for 2 days. She's someone who is very chronically online, very chronically aware of staying in the algorithms and doing things like that. And to the point where it was almost like obsessive. So for 2 days, when I was literally talking to her day in and day out every single day, was a huge thing. Well, that night he was just like, well, she's just sick. Can't she just be sick? And we're like, yes, of course she can just be sick. But if you're getting messages, her phone is ringing, like someone needs to tell us something, because we know what she does on a daily basis. And this is not it for 2 full days. And, so then he's like, no, I get it. Just here, follow me on all of these platforms. So that way, if it ever happens again, you know, you can just get a hold of me need be. And I was like, cool, whatever. And I had asked him, I said, well, like, how is she? And he goes, I don't know. I don't want to get sick. So
What?
he never wanted to go into the room, to the point where he like held the phone. I was like, well, let me like talk to her or something. And he had to hold the phone in the room. And she was like, I'm fine. Like that. Well, the next day she ends up taking an ambulance to the hospital. And that was when she first got diagnosed with the cellulitis. Hence that picture that was being sent around. Sorry.
Marina, what was that question about the truth serum?
I also am on meds and stuff right now. So you guys just have to shut me the hell up if I need to.
I warned them. You're good.
Oh. Sorry, Cletus, did that answer the question, or was that way too much information?
He said it was a little extra, but
yeah, I got what I was looking for. Thank you.
Okay. Well, it's just
She's very detailed.
yeah.
I do.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Hell, I didn't know most of that, so.
I
Yeah.
do find the I don't want to get sick thing funny, considering isn't that why, like another person wasn't visiting their significant other?
Yeah. That's sad.
Yeah, I don't know.
So the point of this
But-
is you knew about all these big jug old hags that he follows in their skivvies.
I mean, I never like looked into his profile. I more recently did, and I think I just hovered over them and saw the pictures. I was like, oh, of course, that tracks. But like, and then I never unfollowed because I knew there would come a day when he would make it private and he wouldn't remember that I was on there. So I just never unfollowed because I was like, I want to be in there for when he starts to do all that. But yeah, there's I think 2 Instagrams, 2
Not anymore.
2 or 3 Twitters, 2 Facebook profiles, and so on.
I think she was making him delete his Discords because I'd infiltrated his Discords, even though they were open links.
You infiltrated.
That's what she said. They've been infiltrated.
That's her wording. Yeah.
Not mine. I didn't say that word, but
Yeah.
I think she made him delete them.
That, I don't know. That, I don't know how she is. I don't want to get sick. I can't imagine. I ain't jealous of nothing that you got, BJ. And tell your chat that. Nothing. I don't.
Yeah, and it's really interesting. I was just saying this a little bit ago, that how different their relationship is now compared to what I heard their relationship was like 2 years ago. So I'm glad that they're really, moving forward.
Is it better now?
Hey, Clue. You know those negotiations, it might be the for better or worse part that's got him the hang up. You know what I mean?
Ro.
Hmm.
I'm not messing with you right now.
No, for real, man.
You might have been waiting.
Oh, she's mad as fuck that you're up here right now.
Who?
Oh, is she?
Oh, yeah. She's pissed that Mallory's up here.
Well, what's new?
I got a
It's
call
Saturday.
and I came to my calling.
That's right. We called you up here. We're the ones who said, did you know about this? We're the ones asking questions. What the fuck? She can sit down. She just pissed.
She didn't care a little bit ago.
Well, and I don't stalk his profile, but I always knew there was a time that she'd continue to let him up there and he would get her in trouble and then people would go looking for it. I mean,
And you knew about this and didn't say nothing. BJ, shut
Right.
the fuck
I
up.
didn't hear shit from you about it. That's for damn sure.
there's a lot of stuff that I know about that I'll never bring out here. I've already said.
Well, we'll be calling you.
Well,
But see, this is my point. This is my point. Like, as good of friends as we are, I never knew about this. We don't talk about this kind of stuff. Just don't-
I can see why it wouldn't become a topic of conversation.
Look,
Yeah,
Pineapple,
me too.
I
Right?
want to hear Craig explain this stat.
I was
We got
waiting
some
for Brittany to say
explaining
it was
to
her.
do.
I don't need him to explain it. It's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah,
We
I
pretty
don't
much
need
got what it is,
I
yeah.
don't need a bullshit excuse. Is this part of the flock?
And I don't blame him. I see how she comes online looking. You know she ain't dressing up to get no ass.
Well,
Hell no.
is this one of her accounts that she's following too? Like, is that what we're gonna like the Catalina thing?
The
Where she's
dial
like,
on
Well, what-
Instagram
that's
is
what I said,
actually
is this
her
like yours?
account. It's her doing research.
What?
What?
What, the
Just
Catalina?
kidding.
Oh,
Just kidding.
Oh, shit.
well, you had
No.
me.
I
Don't
was
troll
like-
me, girl. I'm
Well,
too
because she
high.
said that the other day about the Twitch account, that it was her account.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little
That's what I'm
shit.
saying. Is I'm saying, yeah, these are probably just her accounts of her doing research.
And you
Yeah.
know what? It's like, okay, it is what it is. If she would come up, if she wouldn't lie and call other people sexual deviants and be judgy and fake Christian and all the shit that she does, if she come on here and go, yeah, my husband likes big girls. Okay, I'm a big girl, and yeah, I knew about it.
I
Then it
mean, he
wouldn't be-
told us that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, but it's like, no, Catalina, that was my account. Bullshit. It's like she just lies. That's what kills me. It's like, just own it. Damn.
That's what we've been saying for years, though, Roro.
Yeah,
Honestly,
your
if we could
Craig
just
Instagram spank bank says I have more old women half naked on my ex account though.
Hey,
yeah,
look,
for me, it's the hypocrisy because of what he said
Yeah.
about all the other women, about their size and being all this Christian man and doesn't want, a hoe kind of thing. And then he's looking at all this. Normally, it wouldn't bother me, men look at these things, but he said a lot of things about women on this platform.
Yeah.
He's not a good guy. As someone that's had conversations with him,
Yeah.
not a good guy. Good for her channel, but not a great guy.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't even know
see.
if he's good for a channel. I think he's going to get her took down at this rate if he carries on.
That was what I meant.
Oh, yeah, I get you. Sorry.
But
A bit
Yeah,
slow.
no.
It is 5:30 in the morning. I'm a bit slow there.
Oh my God, you've been streaming a long time today too. You did a good stream.
Yeah, I didn't realize the time. It just flew by, and I was like, "Damn, I need to get off."
Damn, I missed everything today. Holy smash.
Was there any other questions that you guys wanted specified?
Is there any pictures of any chicks dressed up like a nun? He's into that. He thinks nuns are hot.
Row,
Not
row.
me.
Well, he does. He said he was going to buy her a nun outfit.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
Swear.
I do have a question.
Precisely.
Yeah, what's up?
If you knew about this, did BJ know about this?
I don't know. I mean,
Okay.
I don't think she checks it because she subconsciously knows what he does. I don't think she likes it. I mean, that was one of the main reasons she told me that she wouldn't allow him to go pick the boys up in the school line, was because of all the moms and teachers that are standing outside.
He
So-
looks it up
What?
and she's insecure as
What?
fuck.
Hold up.
What?
Back it up.
Yeah, she's insecure as fuck. That's why he don't leave
Yeah.
that house. That's why. This right
Well,
here is
I don't
like
know if
so
that's
much then.
That's why. I don't know why, but I'm just saying, like, I think she's very much aware of the type of person that he is, and she just kind of turns her head to it. I never had a conversation with her about it. No.
But you just said she told you that's why she didn't let him go pick up the kids. Is that just
she
your
just
assumption,
doesn't
or she
trust
said
him
that?
enough.
There's too many
She
women
does
around.
not trust him to go on his own. But that was two years ago, so.
Like, trust him to drive, or trust him?
It sounds
I
like
think she
trusting with the
means
women.
I think she means keep his dick in his pants is what I think she's saying
Right.
without.
She won't let him go pick the kids up from school because he can't keep his dick in his pants, allegedly.
I don't think it goes even that far. I think you just
They would all want
you got to
him.
start with the flirting first, girls.
Yeah.
Well, he can't go
I
to the
believe the
gas
word were
station or
they
the
would all
funeral
want
home.
him, and I can't have that.
Oh my God, nobody wants him.
Like 5'6" too.
Who?
Craig.
Craig?
I
He's
told
definitely
y'all.
5'6", is he, Mallory?
He said that.
And
One
then,
night.
and then BJ denied it with him in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then changed it
Yeah.
to 5'10".
He is. That's what.
What?
You
You
know-
can tell. You can tell looking at him.
What
Yeah.
y'all got against short men? Okay,
Why do they hate
I'm Italian.
themselves?
My dad's 5'6". What's the problem here?
No, I mean,
Right.
my dad was only 5'8", but he lied. He then said they said he was 5'10".
I'm used to short people.
I
They
I
changed it
just
to
for me
5'10".
it's like why lie? Like
Yeah.
why do you need to be taller?
She always does. She likes to keep the appearances up. She's very
persona.
much that. Yeah. So for her, she's like, it's much better for me if I have someone who's 6 foot than someone who's 5'6", even though the normal person's like, who cares?
Who cares?
In her head, it's one is better than the other, and she's embarrassed of the one it is, and so she's going to tell you it's not.
You know what it is? She likes to live a lie. You know,
Mm.
that those filters that's not me. That's not, in their chats like, oh my God, look at what they did to your face. And she's like, they photoshopped it. And then Craig's in the background going, yeah, that ain't you, and she's sitting right there. It wasn't. God.
Do you think that they're doing better than they were, Mel?
In what sense?
That's a great question.
Um,
I don't really know how to answer that or re-ask the question, but
I
guess-
don't care about
I'll
their
say-
private relationship.
I'll say
I
that
just-
there's
ugh.
only a handful of times when I was there that he was actually present for.
mhm.
And it, like I said, it was a very different relationship that I witnessed between them versus what is happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
In sickness and in health. Mm.
Did somebody
So-
ask if they have a good relationship?
When?
Who just asked the last question?
I did. I didn't ask if they had a good relationship. I just said how has it changed? Is it better now than it was?
I don't think they knew anything about each other until 2 weeks ago or whatever it was.
I agree with that.
They didn't know nothing. I don't think they talked.
Well, and it's like you got good handwriting. What?
Like surface stuff, like, hey, is the pot roast done? That's about it.
Misfit, yes. Many a
Can't see
times.
chat. What'd she ask? I can't see chat.
Oh, she said, did you ever see the house conditions when you're on FaceTime? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Those house conditions are also in photographs that the boys would send to me of their drawings, you know, when she didn't have her phone.
So what we see
Okay,
in them
I'm gonna
pictures
ask
is
you.
real
Well,
then.
maybe I shouldn't. I'll ask him back.
You can ask. You can ask him back.
Well, so do you think that the boys a couple years ago could
A
upload
video.
videos? Is all I'm gonna say. Could upload things to YouTube channels, title them, and all that.
Yes, they are chronically online.
Okay. Mm.
Do I know who did? No. But could they have? Yes.
That one right. That just hurts my back.
Yeah. I was actually there when
just
all that
looking at
happened.
That shit looks like it hurts.